Okay, picture this. You have to pack one bag for the rest of your life full of lures to catch as many species as you can. What are you gonna pack? That's the question I got for you today, guys, because that's what we're covering with this bag that I've just put together. But before we continue on, don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel because we've got plenty more cool content coming out, and let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so as I said, I had one bag that I wanted to put together that I could just pretty much throw in the ute with a couple of rods. In my case, it would be a 15-pound setup and a 6-pound setup to chase as many species as I possibly could. If I wanted to throw in a slightly heavier combo, let's say like a 30-pound setup, I could as well because I've got that covered in here. So let's run through exactly what I've put in this bag. Now we're going to be going through the tackle trays, the bag itself, the leader options, as well as, of course, all the lures, because that's the exciting bit. So let's get started. So I chose this bag here, which is the Berkeley bag. Now it's not a mainstream bag, it's not the Planos and all that of the world. However, this bag here packed a fair bit of punch for a whole heap of good value, which is why I chose it. Up the top here, we've got a pocket here which folds down, which I'm not going to show you what's in there yet. We're going to get to that. We've got a 4-tray storage system down the bottom here. Up top, we've got a nice little storage space. On the side here, drink bottle holder, which is important. We've got another little holder here, which what I'm going to do there is I'm going to put the butts of rods in, which I presume that's what it's for, because if we have a look in this pocket, which you probably can't see, we've got little elastic loops, okay? So what you can do, let me just grab this here. We put this in here, put the butt of the rod in the elastic loop, and it's already holding. But then we go like this. We can put the Velcro around, okay, around the rod. I won't do it properly, but as you can see there, the rod is standing. And that means I can walk around with this bag with 2 combos all day without worrying. I reckon that's a pretty good feature. Put this rod back down here. Now, let's get to the fun part of this bag. As I said, down the bottom here, we've got an exceptionally good storage compartment with 4 tackle trays. Now let's run through what I've put in these tackle trays, okay? Now keep in mind, these are the lures that I want to take around Australia or take anywhere I possibly can in the work car, whatever, just throw the bag in and let's going. We'll start from the top, which is our lightest lures. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a beautiful selection of lures here. We've got everything from a little molossi to my favorite lures at the moment, if I can get one out, which are the Berkeley finishes. Now, if you have not got Berkeley finishes in your tackle box, what are you doing? We've got lots of small hard bodies here. So we've got heaps of small hard bodies. We've got some little stick baits. I've got some muscle lures, including these here, which are a Jackson. They're a heavy muscle lure, so they're around the 20-gram mark, but they get down really deep. And if the whiting are being really finicky, we've got a whole heap of Zoeas there from Zip Bait. So we've got a good selection, and of course we've got this lure here, which never ever leaves, a limited edition Zip Baits Camson. I don't usually throw that because I love the lure way too much. But yeah, as I said, so that there is our small lure tray. That just gets us started. We then move up to the slightly heavier stuff. Now this stuff is here from about 7 grams up to, let's say, 20, excluding the metals. Now in here, once again, you'll notice we start here with the Berkeley finishes. Okay, now look at the colors on these things. The actual finish on the finisher is fantastic. Now we've got 2 types of finishers there. We've got the finisher 7, and then of course we've got the finisher 9. And the 9 comes in just under 20 grams, I think it is. Ow, ow. As you can see, the hooks on them are exceptionally sticky. We've of course got the favorites there, which are the shiver sticks. We go into the walkers there from Berkeley. Now they're a cracking little walking flats lure. We've got our metals. Now the metals I'm using at the moment are the molossis. I do like them, but the verdict's still out, and I'll explain that in another video. And then of course we've got the little molossi minion there, which is just a fantastic little casting minnow. So there's our medium tray, guys. That's our medium tray sorted. let's get up to the heavier stuff, the fun stuff. Now this is one of my favorites. I'm not going to open this tray up, but look, this is what we've got here, okay? So we start here with the big shiver sticks. Oh, bugger it, let's get them out. It's more fun, isn't it? So we start with the bigger shiver sticks here. Now I think when you're casting longer distances, those big shiver sticks are good. We've got our GT ice creams. Now I like to limit my GT ice creams to about the 1 ounce, okay? That's the needle nose. Probably my favorite color and tailor lure is this needle nose here in the plugs. Certainly not my overall favorite, but good. We've got stuff like this little FCL here. Okay, this is a lovely little lure for tailor and everything around. Now keep in mind, this is sort of my tailors, spangos, tuna stickbait box. We've got, of course, the Berkeley slurp. Now you guys know from this channel how much I rate the slurps. They're a brilliant lure. And then of course we've just got other stuff there like your zip bait, monsoon breakers and SSMs, as well as some Ocean Legacy keelings. So as you can see guys, certainly not a particular lure brand that I prefer. I got a whole heap of everything, but honestly, even tied onto my little rod at the moment, flicking around the bay here, that little Berkeley finisher pretty much never leaves one of my rods. I've always got a finisher tied on. And as I said, guys, jump on YouTube, check out how some of those finishers are getting used, because they are a cracking lure. And then last but not least, this is my, I guess, get out of jail tackle tray, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. So up the top here, we've got all our buckaboo jigs, but what you're gonna notice here is, okay, in all these compartments, we've got the vexed bottom meat heads. Let me just get a few of those out. Now the reason I've got bottom meat heads everywhere from 5 gram up to 60, so that's them there. Blacks, yeah, definitely the best colored if I can get out when the light's low. There we go. Little tiny jig heads there, and of course then what I do carry around with me at all times is just some hooks. Now the reason I carry this around is it's a quick system to deploy if I need to, okay? But most of all, I call it the get out of jail free, because if the fish aren't hitting the lures, they're certainly gonna start belting them. So really, really good. So let's just quickly pack this bag back up again. Oh, quick, go get my shoe. Yeah. Go get my shoe. My shoes just floated off. Okay, so the trays are back in. All we gotta do, zip it up, and we're away. Now, it's always a lot easier to put the trays back in when you haven't taken them all out at once. That makes everything a pain. Now, I said that I'd show you what's in this top pocket here. So we unzip that, and that folds down. And as you can see, I've got all my power baits in here. Now, the 3 types of power baits I carry at all times are these. Okay, we've got the 2.5 inch power grub. That's in bloodworm. Don't leave home without it. We've got the 3 inch pearl watermelon bass minnow, which you've heard me speak about like a broken record. But this is one I don't reckon that a lot of people have heard about. And this is the Berkeley T-tail minnow, okay, in pink. Okay, now that pink shine is a very, very good lure for almost any species. We'll open the top bit now and we'll get into that, because that's the final bit of this bag and the final part of what I take. And I just packed 2 little tackle boxes. Now in these tackle boxes, I've got 2 things. I've got 1/6 ounce 1/0 jig heads. That's perfect for those plastics. I've also usually carrying around a whole heap of brim jig heads, which I've left at home foolishly. I've always got a vexed kids rig in the box there, just in case the kids come along and want to catch some whiting. And then of course, I've just got this little box here, which is just full of my leaders. So I carry a 4, I'll just hold that up. I carry a 4, a 10, a 15, and a 20-pound leader. And that generally gets me out of trouble with almost any type of fishing I want to go with. Right, and then as I said, that just all packs up back beautifully into a beautiful little bag. Nice bit of cushioning on the back there with some fantastic padded shoulder holders. And I reckon that's a pretty premium setup. In fact, I'd like you to tell me what else I should add to it to stand a better chance. I don't reckon there's much. I mean, there'd be 100 odd lures in that bag, I reckon. So there you go, guys. There's my opinion on what I reckon the only bag for the rest of my life should look like. Maybe we should put a bit heavier leader in there, 40 pound, in case some big ooglies come along. But anyway, guys, that's my rundown. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next episode. See you later.